First Teutonic command card, as planned, it's Andreas, and Andreas begins the storm right away. So I will put these two siege markers on the table here, and I'm going to put, because Andreas is the Lord, active Lord, he's the one on the front row for the storm, and he does have Warrior Monk, and I choose to play the field organs here. Usable only for round 1. Okay. And here there is the Karelians who have access to Luchniki. I put them here. And because Ladoga is a Russian city, it has access to 3 men-at-arms with crossbows. And I put them here. So the Russian walls are 1-3 originally, but because Herman has a trebuchet, it's going to be only 1-2. And it's going to be only 1-2 for the attacking in Storm, because there is 2 siege markers. So that's it, and the siege will last only 2 rounds. So let's begin the siege. First thing is the defending archery. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, of which 1.5 of which 2 have a bonus against armor. So 2 hits of crossbow and 2 hits of archery, normal archers. So first crossbow hit against the walls. It doesn't pass the wall. Second crossbow hit against the walls. It passes the walls. Then it strikes this knight. And because it's a crossbow, it has -2. It does -2 to its armor, and so it's 1 and 2. So I do the first roll. So he's supposed to be routed, but because there is this capability, Warrior Monk, I can roll 1 more time, once per archery hits, and then he must rout again. His armor turns out to be only 1-2. Then, first archery, normal archery hit against the walls, it passes. And this time I'm going to let this man-at-arm take the hit. It must be an armor unit during the storm, so it's this one instead of a sergeant. He resists. Second archery hit against the walls. It doesn't get through the walls. Now, attacker archery, there isn't. Defending foot. Melee, actually, because foot and horses are together during a storm. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, so 6 hits. First hit, wall. Yes. First hit, man-at-arm. He resists. Second hit, walls. Yes. Second hit, man-at-arm. Yes, he resists. Third hit, walls. Yes. Third hit, man-at-arm. He routs. Fourth hit, walls. Yes. Fourth hit, sergeant. Yeah, it must be the sergeant. He routs also. And fifth hit, walls. Yes, and fifth hit the sergeant. He routs, yeah. And then sixth hit, walls. It passes, and sixth hit now is going to be this this militia. And he routs. Militia have only 1 protection. And then there's only 1 hit from Andreas. Because now there is only 1 horse, light horse left. So 1 hit against the walls. it doesn't pass through the walls. So there is no hit for Andreas, and he's almost completely routed. So now I switch between Andreas here. So this is discarded. There was no use after all, because there was no more knights and sergeant when came the melee strikes of the attacker. And I put Herman there. So Herman has Ballestery, and I hope he gets a little bit more chance. Okay, first hit. Now archery, defending. Same thing, 2 crossbows and 2 archers. First crossbow against the wall. Yes, first crossbow against the sergeant. No, first crossbow against this knight. He routs. It's a 4, he routs. Because it's a crossbow, so it has bonus armor. Second hit against the walls. Yes, second hit against this knight. He routs. And first archery hit. It passes the walls, and against this sergeant. No, this sergeant. Okay, he resists. And second archery against the walls. Yes, second archery against the sergeant. He routs. Now attacking crossbows, archery. So there is 1.5, 2 hits. First hit against the walls. It doesn't pass. And second hit against the walls. It doesn't pass. So there is no luck on the Teutonic side. Then foot for the defending. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, so 6 hits. First hit against the walls. Yes, men at arm. Rout. Second hit, walls. No. Third hit, walls. Yes, against the men at arm. Yes, he routs. Fourth hit against the walls. And yes, and against the men at arm, he routs. So now he's all routed, so he cannot strike back. So this lord is routed, and that ends the siege, because the second round, even if Andreas still has 1, and Nod is still there too, but they are not routed, but the siege ends after only 2 rounds, and this round is over because all units routed on the front row. So that's it. Let's go see the aftermath of this. So I put these service markers, these siege markers back here. I will put the garrison back here. And I will put the Karelians back here with Luchniki. And Herman back here with his 2 cards, with his Trebuchet and Ballistary. Okay. So aftermath is that the attacking in storm lost, but there is no retreat during a storm, because I don't retreat to another locale. I just go out of the castle in the same, out of the stronghold in the same locale. So I don't have to roll for moving the service markers. So that's good, but the inconvenience is that my troops will survive only with a roll of 1. So let's roll those. So let's roll for this sergeant. Out. This knight. Out. This knight. Out. This man at arm. Out. This man at arm. Out. And this man at arm. Out. So what happens in that time? There is no more unit whatsoever on Airman, so he is discarded. His mat is removed for the whole game. So I will put everything away, like that. His assets and his units go back to the boxes. His vassals too, go back here. His service marker are gone too. Put this here, and his mat is put on an unused place. Here. Okay. And that leaves only 2 lords at the siege. Like this. Andreas also has routed units. Let's roll them. This militia. Out. This sergeant. Out. This man at arm. Out. This sergeant. Out. And this knight. Out. But the lord is not routed because he still has one light horse from his vassal. So he doesn't have much anyway. But at least Andreas is still alive. So when he will be disbanded next turn, he might come back later. And when he comes back, his original units will be mustered too. So at least he's not gone forever, like Herman. So that's finished for this failed attempt at storm by the Teutonic side. So there is no loss on the Karelian side whatsoever. Even the garrison, no troops, died. And I need to pay this band, so let's do that. I need to feed Andreas with this provender, and Nod cannot feed, as I mentioned earlier, so I must move his service marker left by 1 box here. And then also the Karelians, they have less than 7 troops, so they also consume a provender. There we go. And then feed, pay. I have no coins to pay. I don't spend a Veshe coin either. And then no one disbands. So that ends the first Teutonic command card. And that's it.